Over the past few months, I've been building a city in Minecraft. Recently, I spent over 50 hours improving and adding to it. Here's the progress I made. I am exhausted. I have spent literally, probably actually over 50 hours working on this. I'll take you on a full in-depth tour. We'll start with one of my favorite builds that I've done. These little apartments. They're very simple. They have actually more windows than brick, I've realized. Basically, I'm going to use the bottom floor as like a foyer, and then the rest of the floors is like accommodation. I just repeated it on this side. This is not my favorite part of the whole build. This is. Look how nice that looks. There's like a little market in the middle. I think that's really good looking. And there's loads of flowers. I tried to make them like vary a lot, but I just couldn't be bothered to like keep going through and like changing all the flowers. Once I actually get around to it, I'm going to start doing interiors. I just can't be bothered at this point. I've done like air conditioning stuff on the roof. I think I've actually replicated this almost 100% accurately, and then I obviously added the benches and the bins and stuff as well. Okay, I also had a go at building some billboards on the side of this building. I think I might take this down and replace it with something else because it just doesn't look amazing. I just put redstone blocks in between in the walls and then just put redstone things over the top just to make it, just to give it a pattern. And I've done it on this side as well, and then I tried to do the thing with the end rods again, because from a distance it kind of looks, it just doesn't look very good in my opinion. Right, onto my second building. Next to this skate park, a giant car park, because why not? This took me ages, by the way, to get all the little details in. So I included like the height limit barrier at the top, all the car parking spaces. I actually did something really clever, and I put shroom lights underneath the carpet so it would add like extra light so it's not as visible, and it would just show the ceiling ones, because then the ceiling ones would double up as the floor ones for these, and then these ones would double up as the floor ones for these, because this doesn't have a roof. I did find an image off Google. I'm not sure if I can find it again because it took me a while. I didn't copy it like block for block, I just sort of put my own spin on it, but I think it does look quite good. I built some billboards around the back of this, like standing ones that aren't on the building, so they look the same. It's just like, I was thinking it would be like public information billboards. Now this is the one that took me the most. This, improving this apartment, because I don't know if you remember, the last time that I did work on this, I only did the facade, and I didn't do anything else. I just did the front bit. So I'll add a little image of what it used to look like, and then I'll add an image of what it looks now, and it looks quite drastically different. Well, I've given it a roof, first off, full roof, done the sides, added a bit of quote-unquote graffiti, and I've added a back, and then I thought, oh, that's not enough, so I added another 2 on the side here, another 3 on the side here, filled in those. Then I thought, oh no, that's still not enough, so I had another 2 here, and then I made a courtyard in between, and now it just looks like, a combination of a prison, a care home, and a hotel. I don't know, I might add some extra detailing to the sides because it does look very samey, but I did change all the interiors, and I added the shroom lights in the middle so it looks sort of lighter. Then I added a little park here with the benches and the bin still and the little lanterns, and a few like generated trees. I would add in my own trees, but I think that would take way too long. I did have a big gap in the middle here where the car park should be, so I just added a bit of greenery down the sides, and I did the same down here, and then I added a few benches again and some lights. Now this is, I think, is actually my favorite thing that I've ever done. Just this little bit down here. Oh yeah, I did some graffiti. Just this little bit down here. It's very simple. It looks really nice at night. Well, let me just... You've had a long day. You know, you want to go home. You're walking down the street through this little park, and you walk through this lovely little market in between this building and your house. And you go up here, and you're home. I think that's a very nice addition. And then I found an image on Google of another apartment building, and I sort of copied it, but I changed the roof and added this little water tank on the top. I don't really know why a modern building would need a water tank, but you know, I really like what I did with this. This was on the image, but I sort of made it my own. I used barrier blocks for the stairs to make it look really thin, and then it goes up and up and up to each floor. I think I'm kind of struggling on what to do back here, because I have all this open space, and I'm not sure if I should replicate. So if I should make like another block, but like replicate it down this side and then keep going, or if I should add like a statement piece. Look how, I mean, just, it's an absolute monster compared to the other buildings. It's like 3 times the size of that one. And then you get to the little medieval pub thing down here that I built, which is absolutely tiny compared to even the second smallest building. I did find this off Google, but again, I sort of made it my own. I couldn't follow the roof exactly, so I sort of tried to improvise. And then I used gates for like little, I don't know what you call them on buildings, but I added them. I added little, I don't know what you call, I think they're for like frog lights behind the windows to sort of give it a luminescent look, and then a chimney at the side. I've still got my little billboard, but I did change it to get rid of the end rods, because that just looked absolutely horrific. I've basically done what I did over there, but bigger. The next thing I did that I'm extremely proud of is I built a giant golf course. It's kind of hard, even if you find an image on Google, it's really hard to replicate it block for block, so I sort of just made it like my own design. So you start off at this lovely clubhouse, which actually really does look like a haunted mansion. I don't know why I added that little turret thing, but I'm proud to say it is my own design. I did what I did in my survival world, and I added like lecterns as a little porch. I think it looks, I need to add floors and doors and walls and things, but I think it looks alright. So you go out here through this path, and then you're onto the first hole. And once you're finished here, you go through this path down to the second hole, which is actually the hardest because you have to curve around, I just realised. You go through this little path here, again this is the public path that goes through to this hole, which looks, to be honest, the easiest. And then you go through this bit, which I would recommend that you start from here actually, because the hole's in the wrong place, but I'll fix that later. You go through to here, your little podium. I haven't actually done this one yet. And then when you're done on this one, you cross this bridge and you're back at hole 1. And then you go through again into the clubhouse. And I just want to show you, I built this little pond. Look at all the frogs. I added 2 frogs here before and a little bit of frog spawn, and they've clearly all, spawned frogs, because there's about 18,000 of them now. But yeah, so I included a little pathway that goes around the outside as well, and I added a little walkway that goes from this. I actually finally found a purpose for this field. I made a little walkway, so there's a path that goes around the outside there, all around the outside, and then down this estate, down the back of the building site, and then to the car park, which I think is a good addition. And I think it also joins onto the public walkway in the middle of the golf course, which I've marked out with lights. It goes right round the edge, through to the clubhouse, and then right round again, and then it meets. So it is all very systematic now, and I have made it very, very abundant with trees, so I think I might add some bees or something there. I think that would be a nice addition. I have kept the greenhouse for now, because with Optifine, the glass merges at the top, so it kind of looks a little bit nicer than it did. It looked a bit clunky without Optifine, so maybe if I turned it off it would look a bit worse. But I think from this angle alone, it's nice with all the cherry blossom particles coming down. And then you walk through. I will make an interior to this at some point with loads of different plants. And then you've got the car park to the clubhouse right here. So, you know, you could even just walk. And then, oh god, this was so time consuming. Even with the fill command, I had to go all the way down this road, all the way down again, and then connect to the motorway. Which, look how long that road is. It doesn't even show in my render distance. And then all the way over here, past my little housing estate, I've started to merge the 4 lanes again, so it would be 2 lanes, because I have a plan that this whole road is going to go all the way in the distance, and it's going to merge with a train station and an airport, which is going to be the main transport system for this city. Also, I also thought about this. I don't have any bus stops, which might be a problem. So I think I'm going to have to go back and incorporate those somewhere. So yes, like I said, this took just shy of 50 hours to do. It took me 2 full days to do this. This thing was the most time consuming, even with the fill commands, filling in all the windows by hand, and all the doors, and all the HVAC systems, and all the little courtyard in the middle, and all the plants. It took a long time. I think I still need to decide what I'm going to do here, because there is just a big green space, whether I fill it with trees like over there, or if I actually add something else smaller, just to pull it all together. I updated the map. Doesn't this look absolutely beautiful? If you think about it, I started this a couple of months ago, right, off camera. So I got this road here. I started off about there in the world. I got that shop done. I got these buildings here, and I got the road going up to about there. And in that time, I've built the suburbs, I built the golf course, the big wheat field, the garden centre thing, I built the pub, I built the giant apartment building, the one next to it, I built the big car park and the little park next to it, I built the 2 apartments down there. I have done a lot of work on this, and it's taken me a long time, but I'm very proud of how it's turned out. I still need suggestions, because I am running out of ideas. I think that is it for now. I'm going to keep building and keep making videos for as long as I live. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.